shooting in 4K today. I don't know why, but I just wanted to try it again. Man, this light is so bright. I'm not gonna be able to take this outside with me. People are gonna look at me crazy. Look at what it looks like. You see that? That looks crazy, right? I think I need to get a smaller light. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna research that tonight. The more you put the ISO up, the more you get fuzz. Or should I say noise? I call it fuzz. It's like fuzz. Yeah, there's only 2 left over there.
Oh, you're one of the lucky ones.
I'm having an espresso, but the espresso doesn't have any sugar. I think I'm having enough sugar with this, but it's hard to drink this without having any sugar. Anyways, I don't know what the deal is with this big 4K stuff. Everybody's starting to use it. I'm seeing it on all channels here and there lately. I guess they're not satisfied with the 1080p. But to me, 1080p is just fine. I was talking to one of my guys that work over there at Fox Sports, and they still recorded 720p, 60 frames per second, which is unbelievable. I mean, it's television and it's high quality. It looks great. The resolution is very high. I was shocked when I found that out. But YouTubers, they're in a rush to go to 4K, even though 1080p is just fine. I mean, I'm not gonna be doing this often, but I'll show up every once in a while with a 4K video. I guess I'll be Dan the 4K man. I don't want to. That's what they want, right? Just give them what they want, huh? That's it. I gotta get some sugar. Oh, so much better. I didn't even put that much sugar. Just a little bit, that's all. I hate that I have to give up on sugar. I'm just afraid that everybody's gonna die of diabetes. My father has it, my brother has it. Anyway, so, you know, I wanna know what the deal is with these old little 4K kids with their 4K toys. I'm not ready to upgrade. These 4K kids and these 4K toys, they wanna do big things, I see. They wanna be real fancy. Being fancy costs a lot of money. I wanna stay away from that. Then you got cameras that wanna come out with 6K and 8K. I'm like, come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Even my phone records in 4K 60 frames per second. 4K UHD 60 frames per second. Look at this. UHD 60 frames per second. Look how smooth it is. Look at this beautiful lens. Look at the Power Beats Pro. Alright, from the front facing camera, you only get QHD. There's QHD, then there's UHD. UHD is on the back, QHD is in the front. Everything's being recorded in 4K. Yeah, we rocking out with that 4K. So check this out, right? See these frames here? I'm gonna be turning my pictures into frames sooner or later. Been learning how to take some serious pics. So I'm gonna be doing that sooner or later. How's that 4K? You like this 4K? I'm not a fan of this 4K. It's not my cup of tea.
Does it cost money to put something on 4K?
It just, in the long run, you're gonna be spending more money on storage, because for every 5 minutes you do, it's like a gig worth of information, versus doing something that's in 1080 is like a whole 10 minutes. Sometimes it's 4 minutes. 4 minutes worth of recording is like 1 gig. This is pretty crazy. I'm looking at my tablet right here. You see that there? I can see myself clearly. The problem is I see myself too cropped in. It's weird because I got a 35mm and it's really feeling like an 85. Whoa, see, that's a big difference. I'm sitting in the same spot, got the camera in the same place. The cropping factor for the 4K is insane for this. Isn't that insane? You got all this right here, right? You're in this frame. Then it crops into here. It's like you're in the middle. It's a 35, but it feels like a 85mm lens pointing at me. Oh my God, this is too much. It feels like 100mm. It's too close to my face. You can see all my flaws. God, I'm out of here. And this is what it looks like with 17mm lens in the 4K, cropped in. So I'm sitting the same distance, which is very nice. You get to see a little bit of the ambiance in the background. But I went, took a break, shaved, and I also looked up all the crop factors and see what they were. I'm gonna share this with you because I looked for a video all over the place trying to show the crop factors with the times tables and all these, even these tech guys can't even take 2 minutes out to do it. I looked up this stuff myself and I did the math myself. So earlier I was using a 10 to 18mm 4.5 to 5.6 point something. It's a great little lens to have. But the equivalent of 10mm is like having a 17mm, what you're looking at right now. This is 17mm. The only problem with that lens is the minimum aperture is at 4.5, I think it is. Yes, the minimum is 4.5 to 5.6. That's equivalent to having a 17mm lens in your face. The 17 right here, what you're looking at, is equivalent to 28mm. If you get anywhere from 17 to 18mm, is the equivalent to 28 to 30mm. This is where it's at 28. The 28 is equivalent to 48mm, which is a 50mm lens, almost, pretty much. Right now I'm currently using a Sigma 17 to 50mm lens 2.8, which is what works wonderful at night. Now 35 is shocking to me because 25 is what I had before. It was a 35mm 1.8, but now I got a 2.8 now, and I'm gonna show you what 35mm looks like, and I'm gonna tell you what it's equivalent to. It is equivalent to 60mm. So the actual 50mm that I had earlier, I said this looks like 100mm. It's actually an 85mm. You know, it's good for YouTube. Other than that, I wouldn't do anything professional with it. If somebody wants something professionally done for YouTube, then we could work something out. But as far as like a big commercial, I'm only gonna shoot in 1080p and I'll upscale it. I could shoot everything in log, and log looks so professional, so, similar to what you see on television. I just got to work on my color grading, and that's something I'm been learning since the beginning of the year. It's taking me time, but I'm learning it. I watch plenty of videos on it. I'm gonna get it sooner or later. But these are the crop factors. That's how it is. It's not bad. I always tell people, don't go 4K crazy, because 4K is expensive unless you're being paid for it. If it's a paid project, then go 4K, you know, because people want the cleanest, nicest looking visuals that they could possibly see. If you're doing stuff for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever else is out there, keep it to 1080p, 24 frames per second. One thing I learned from a guy that went to film school, he sat down with me, he looked at my camera, and he seen that I was shooting everything in 60 frames per second. And he says, why do you shoot everything in slow motion? And I said, wow, that makes sense. 60 frames per second is slow motion. It's not the greatest quality slow motion now these days because everything's bumping out. The game is going higher. The frame rates are going way higher now. The higher quality cameras you're gonna get anywhere from 120 to 240 now frames per second. Listen, this is giving me 4K 60 frames per second. This camera can't even do that. The highest frame rate in 4K is 30 frames per second, which is sad, but it's a good quality full frame 1080p camera. That's what I loved about it. And you can shoot in log. Log is insanely beautiful. It's just nice. I guess that's all I wanted to say. I guess I'm not turning into 4K Dan yet, unless I start making some money here and there. Well, I did all this just to say today's my birthday, and it's officially my birthday, and this is what I did to celebrate my birthday. I did a 4K video. I know, I'm a weirdo. This is what you do for your birthday? Yeah, this is what I do for my birthday.